Hey guys, so I'm still working away on the stats video that will cover the first three rounds of this year's Six Nations. That will be out next week as scheduled. But as I'm going through it, like just some interesting stuff come up in the stats, and I'd like to kind of share some of that with you before we go into kind of the main stuff. So we're going to have some shorter videos coming out over the next few days or so, and it's just a little bit of fun. Basically, we're going to pick a 15 based on a certain stat, with certain criteria around it, and then you guys can pick your own teams as well. Post them then in the comments, and we'll kind of do we can do a little bit of comparison down in the comment section as well. So the first one is going to be a penalty magnet 15, which is basically the most penalised players from the first three rounds, but there are certain rules. So the rules to pick are, first of all, they must have conceded at least one penalty in this year's Six Nations. So I can't just pick someone because I think they give away a lot of penalties. They have to have given away at least one. I have to pick players in the correct positions. So I can't swap loose head and tight head prop. Can't, move people around the back three or the back row to fit more people in. And also have to pick the player with the highest penalty count in each position. So if there's a tie, then I get to decide. Otherwise, it has to be the person who has the most penalties in that position. So let's get into the team itself. So the front row, starting off there, we have the most penalised person in the Six Nations so far, and that's Andrew Porter of Ireland with 7. His hooker then is going to be Julian Marchand with 3 of France, and rounding out the front row we have Xander Ferguson of Scotland with 3 as well. Into the second row then, so this partnership here, we have Adam Beard of Wales with 4, and he's joined by a Frenchman, and it's Paul Willemse also with 5. So far, not looking like a bad pack, even though they give away a lot of penalties. Back row, then we have Jamie Ritchie with 5. At 7, then we have Charles Olivon also with 5. And at number 8, we have Taulupe Faletau of Wales also with 5. So really strong pack there, just a lot of penalties given away so far. Same is going to be similar with our backs as well. Anton Dupont at 9, he's given away 3 penalties so far, and he's joined by Dan Bigger of Wales, who's given away 2 so far. Then into our centre partnership, Bundy Aki of Ireland has given away 3, and he's joined by Gail Ficou of France, who's also given away 3. Into the back 3 then, so we have Ollie Hassel-Collins on the left wing, who's conceded 1 penalty, and on the right wing we have Eduardo Padovani, who's also conceded 1 penalty. And then, not complete without the king of yellow cards and penalties, it seems like Liam Williams, fullback, with 4 penalties. He also got 2 yellow cards and actually got dropped for the third game because he gave away so many penalties and yellow cards. So he might have been higher up in numbers other than that. So this team gave away a total of 54 penalties. That's an average of 18 penalties per game. The average for across the 6 teams, across 3 rounds per team per game is 10.5. So this team would have been whistled off the park. But that's the team. So how does it compare to yours? Who would you have picked? Also, just some honourable mentions. So Andrew Porter is top there with 7. This next person with 6 is Danilo Fischetti of Italy, but he plays loose head as well, so he couldn't get into the team. Then in the second row, you could have James Ryan on 4, and also Romain Taufufanua with 4 as well. Centres, you could have George North, who gave away 3 penalties. And then wings, there was a lot who gave away 1. So Ethan de Mortier on the left wing, also James Lowe Mac Hansen as well there on the right wing, and Max Malins on the right wing too, and also actually Pierre Bruno there too. So plenty to choose from there. There are other players who were fairly close as well, but you guys can maybe post some of them up. So yeah, let me know your 15. We'll have more of these coming over the next few days based on different stats as well.